Right, well I don't know what the sound's going to be like because I've had to put the camera in a polythene bag. But I've come out, I'm on my way into the woods to try and find some tinder material. And this is for Bushcraft N Fun's tagged video. And I'm going to try my hand at starting a bushcraft fire with flint and steel. Not the ferrocerium rod, but the actual chert or flint stone and high carbon steel. So I've got in front of me some dock leaf stalks. So I will try and char some cloth, but I'm also going to try and char some plant material. So that's what I'm essentially out for at the moment, is to collect some plant material I can char for subsequent 3 varied attempts at starting fire with flint and steel. Right, well I'm hoping that in that little wood up ahead there's a downed tree, and I'm hoping I'm going to get a bit of punk wood from it. I might get a little bit of dry kindling while I'm here. Now this is what I'm after, but I might be able to get some of that off the ground. Right, I've come back from my foraging with my materials to make the charred tinder from. Again, I don't know what's going to happen here because the pieces of flint I've got, we don't have flint in this area, but fortunately 2 years ago when I visited Surrey I did pick up 2 chunks of flint, so I'm going to have to smash them up and get my flint out of that. Because it doesn't have to be flint, it just has to be a chert or a glassy material. Very hard, smooth, sharp-edged material. I don't have the correct steel, so my first choice is going to be this old file, and then I'm going to see where this knife, which actually is made out of a file, whether that'll do. And also I've got an old axe head, whether that'll work or not, I've got no idea. But anyway, the first thing we've got to get down to now is actually making some charred material. So I've got some old tins and I've got some punk wood in there, and all I'm going to do is put the top on there to exclude the oxygen, and put a little hole in it so the gases can escape, just a little hole. That'll do, it's only a fairly tiny hole. So that's my punk wood I'm going to use. I'm also going to do some traditional cotton cloth, just cut that into squares, put that in another tin. I've done this before, so I know this works. And I'm going to try another method as well. Get this in the tin. And for those who don't have any natural material whatsoever, what about toilet paper? I'm going to give it a try and see if toilet paper will work. Yeah. Now I'll do these 3 first. I've got one more tin here, but it's got stuff in it. Let's just empty that out. And we'll do the dock leaf stalks that I got. Now I'm thinking you can really fill these tins, because I'm thinking it really will pack down once it's charred, especially as these dock leaves have got a hollow centre. Right, that there's already a hole in that one. That's a wee bit full. The lid won't go down. That's it. Right. Now we'll just let them warm up, and the gases should come out of those little holes, and we should see that. Right, I really don't know how long it should take, but I'm just going to wait for that one on the left there to stop flaring, and then I'm going to think about taking them all out, because there's quite a bit of heat in there. That was the gritter just going past. Right, I'm going to start taking these out. What you don't want now, these will be fairly hot, you don't want the oxygen getting in. Perhaps it's not a good idea putting it on that paper, but right, I've just put them all on top of each other with that piece of flint on top, just to stop the air from getting into that hole and igniting the charred material inside. So we'll just let it cool down, and then we'll see if they're done. I think if anything, certainly some of them will be overdone. Right, I don't want to be too impatient and open these before they've cooled down, but what I will do now is I'll take these two pieces of flint outside and I'll belt them with a big hammer, and I'll see if we can come up. There's actually quite a sharp edge there, but it's not really a... Let's just have a quick see. Whoa, did you see them sparks? So that's with the flat edge of this old file. Right then, I've got my safety glasses on. Sledgehammer, flint, hammer. How this is going to go, I have no idea. This could be dangerous. Razor sharp. Too fine probably, it's going to break off, but that's a sharp edge as well, so I think I'll just go with that for now because it looks a bit could go flying anyway and I'm going to lose it in the snow. There's another pig, look at that, look at the edge on that. Right, I think those two pieces will be adequate for what we need. Right, the proof is in the pudding, so we'll see what the pudding is like. I can't remember what was in this one now. Was that the toilet paper? That is the toilet paper, and it's shrunk dramatically, and it's very delicate would be the word, delicate. Right, so that's the toilet paper, that's worked, I think. Well, we see, we won't know whether it's worked. It's charred, we won't know whether it is effective until we try. That's the char cloth, which hasn't fully charred. There you can see it's not fully charred. That's much more robust. Charred cloth. But on the edges it's charred, so it's still... Zuli! Hey! What you doing in there? Yeah, it's our tinder. So, back outside again. It's wet and it's windy. So, let's go with what we know first. We've got the flint. The fire was throwing sparks. And we've done char cloth before, so let's find the char cloth. That's not the char cloth. Okay, that's the char cloth. So I'm going to get a good bit of char cloth. I'm not going to stint. Down there a minute. We're going to need the bundle to get it going. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this on the top of the flint, top edge of the flint, and we're going to try and get a spark into it. So, okay, version number 1, here we go. I don't know whether you can see this, but it's gone off straight away. First strike, burning away now in the wind. The wind is just... The wind is just burning it up straight away. This is the bit where I fall down, is with the preparation of the tinder material. I do it every time, don't I? I lack a preparation. If in doubt, put more char cloth in. Why not? That's what we made it for. I hardly need, well, half the time I think I'm blowing against the wind. Actually, it down. Don't forget this grass was just picked this, oh there we go. This grass was just picked up this morning. I have had it indoors but I haven't exactly been drying it out. So, Flint and Steel number 1, there we go. Down, get a little bit of air, get into it. Right, that's your charred cotton material then. Charred cotton material with the file. I've lost the lid, there's the lid. Now, we weren't having any success. Get the ice off that. We didn't seem to be having any success with the knife. I think the back of that knife is just too soft. That's how the back of a knife should be. I wonder if the blade is any better. That should be hard. I just can't see any success on this knife. Oh, there is sparks. There's sparks. There is sparks. Okay, the sparks off the blade of the knife. The back of a knife should be soft. The blade should be. Try and keep that going. What I was going to do as well, I was going to do a little side educational thing on pine needle tea. I've been drinking pine needle tea. Unfortunately, a little bit more research has told me that the pine I was using was ponderosa pine, and unfortunately it's got a bit of a bad name. It's been possibly slightly poisonous, so we're going to have to give the ponderosa pine needle tea a miss, I'm afraid, till I find something a bit more, a bit safer. Right, so next one. I think we'll go with a toilet paper. This is the toilet paper. Now this is very fragile, so what I'm going to do with this is, I don't want to put that in there, soak everything. Get this out of the way. That's the toilet paper. Where's my knife gone? There it is. Oh, there goes half my toilet paper. As I said, it's a little bit windy. Now let's just see if we can get this toilet paper going. Yes. Yep, we've got the toilet paper going. The toilet paper is alight. See that? It's burning up tremendously quickly, but we could get some of the light off that. Again, this is all just experimental, so I wasn't actually expecting, Whoa, the tin's getting hot. Okay, there we go, look. Toilet paper with the knife. Fantastic. That tin's going to be hot now, and I haven't got fingers on my gloves. Yeah. Dump all that in there. So there you go, there's another tinder option for you, toilet paper. So presumably newspaper, any paper. Right, what have we got now? This is the charred dock leaf stalks. Charred dock leaf stalks. We've done the knife. We've done the file. Again, I suspect I'm going to have to use, I found this axe, which I'm going to make a handle for at some stage, but I suspect again we're going to have to use the edge. But we'll give it a go on the dock leaves. I'm going to get a bit of paper ready this time. I've got cattails in here. I've ignited them before with a ferrocerium rod and they burst into a quick flame and then go out. Look at that, they just burst open. All over the blooming place. That's going to blow away that. Look at that, I'm going to go up in a ball of flame here. Right, let's try the dock leaves. I don't think this is going to work somehow. Oh, the other lid's on the floor. I can't put the other lid on because it's in the snow now. Can't put the right lid on. Obviously you couldn't do this ordinarily because you're just ruining your tools, but this is an axe head that I found, so you need, what we're proving really is you need some hard steel. It didn't work on the back because the spine's soft, but it did work on the blade. Well, this is an expendable knife. There's nothing wrong with it. I might just sharpen it up, put it on a new handle and reuse it. Same with this axe, but if it was actually the axe you'd taken out into the woods with you, you wouldn't be doing this with it, would you? But we're trying to prove something else, really. I don't think so. The axe isn't going to do it, is it? I don't think the axe is going to do it. I don't think this will do it either, because a good friend of mine made this, and I know he hardens the blade and then he does whatever he does to soften the rest of it, so I don't think this will work either. No, I don't think that's going to work, and I don't want to wreck this. Alright. Is there anything else we can use? A hammer should be hard, shouldn't it? A hammer. What about the hammer? It's wet. It's not going to help things at all, is it? Everything up just for the sake of it. 2 out of 3 isn't bad, so I'm going back to the file. We know the file works. Let's just see if the dock leaf stalks work. I think the dock leaf stalks are a bit too solid. Sparks going in there, but no, let's go to the punk wood. Let's try the punk wood. There's the punk wood. The punk wood is quite fluffy. There are several embers of punk wood going now. Where all that white is, that's where it's burnt. So there's several of those going now. So punk wood, when you're out in the woods, I think a natural material, I think punk wood's the way forward. For an unnatural material, if you've got nothing else, toilet paper. We'll just bring this in. We'll just bring this into flame, and then that'll have about concluded the exercise. Right, that's into flame now. So there you go, look at that stuff. That's cattails. Right, so I'd just like to say thanks for Bushcraft N Fun for inspiring this exercise, from which I've learnt a fantastic amount, because I haven't really used Flint and Steel before. I have used char cloth before. Char cloth's a fantastic thing to have with you, but I think we've proved if you haven't got char cloth with you and you're in the woods, punk wood is the way to go. So thanks again for watching. I'm not short of ideas of stuff to do, but I do work, so I can't always do what I want to do when I can do it. So once again, thanks for watching, and I think we've had another fantastic success here.